All right, let's play a little game. So before we get into this video, I want you to go in the comments and comment what is the amount of pills you think I take every single day. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either decide, all right, here's the total amount of pills I think you take in a day, which includes both the vitamin or the medication that was prescribed by the doctors and the vitamins that I'm taking for health purposes as a bonus, if you will. So you can either kind of break those down into two, so the medication and then separately the vitamins, or if you want to just have one whole number for everything, that's cool too. I'm kind of curious to see what people's perception is because for me, the amount of pills that I take per day seems insanely high. But I'm also aware that nowadays it's just become kind of normal for people to take pills for so many different things that it might not seem that high to a lot of you. So I'm kind of curious to know what you think, what your guesses are. So if you want to play the game, just go ahead and, drop that in the comments. If not, not a problem whatsoever. I won't hold it against you. It's okay. All right, so let's begin. First one that I take every single day, let's begin with the medication. So first one I take every single day is this that protects my stomach because the other medication that I take is unfortunately pretty intense. And apparently if I don't take this, it could damage my stomach. So it's called pantoprazole. That's the medical name. I don't know what the over-the-counter name is. That's the only name I was ever given for it. So take one of those every single day, followed by this, which most of these have unpronounceable names, so let's just go with the more common name. This is more commonly referred to as Decadron. So these are 2 milligram pills. I take one in the morning and one at night. The reason why I take this is to reduce the swelling in my head, which, keeps me from getting migraines, keeps me from throwing up as a result of the migraines, and, bunch of stuff like that. The only downside is there's a crap ton of side effects for that. Now that I've been on it for, I think 2.5 months at this point, and I've lowered the dose quite significantly, the side effects are minimal, but a lot of them were not pleasant, such as constipation, such as trouble sleeping. But on the plus side, because of the trouble sleeping as a result of that very specific drug, that's what allowed me to have that complete shift in perspective in how I see the world. And that's how I have this new, I've always been positive, but I'm even more positive than I used to be. And I'm just so grateful for everything that has happened, that is happening, that will happen. And it's also because of this drug and not because of the drug, but because of the shift in perspective that I had as a result of not being able to sleep because of the drug, that I do 1000% believe at the deepest core of my being that by this time next year I will be cured, even though the doctors tell me, no one has ever survived this, you're gonna die. They don't say it that way, but you know what they think. So yeah, I'm very grateful for this drug, even though I don't like drugs, even though there's a crap ton of side effects. That drug had the biggest effect on me. Not because of the drug itself, just because of what happened as a result of it. So very grateful for it. Next one is more recent. I've been taking this for about 2 weeks at this point, ever since I had the seizures. So as you can probably guess, it's anti-seizure medication. Yay! So I take one of those every morning and one of those every night. Once again, the name, very, very difficult to pronounce. I'm not even going to try. Let's just go with the over-the-counter name, which is Keppra. Next are vitamins, but they've also been prescribed by the doctor. And that was as a result of, which one was it? Yes, also another side effect of this one, the one to reduce the swelling in my brain, is something that I only discovered 2 weeks ago. And that is brittle bones. So that's why I fractured a rib. Luckily on that front, the pain is almost completely gone, so I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, I've been prescribed things to help strengthen my bones. So the first one is calcium, obviously. And in order to better assimilate the calcium in my body, I was also prescribed vitamin D. So one of this every day, one of this every day. In fact, today is the first day I'm going to be taking them. So yeah, even more pills. So for now, if you were one of the people who decided to play my little game and post it in the comments, let's see if you're right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the pills that were prescribed to me by the doctor are 7 in total. If you want to count it differently, we could say it's 5 for medication, and since these are technically vitamins, 2 for those, so depends on how you want to count it. So either 5 or 7. Now moving on to the vitamins. So in the beginning, the reason I started taking those was 11 months ago when I was first diagnosed, and I decided to go with the whole diet, eliminate sugar and everything, what I discussed in my previous video. The nutrition coach that I hired to help me do that, recommended all these different vitamins. And since I stopped that for a while, but since I've been back and the whole point is to be as healthy as I can, because the healthier my body is, the better suited it is to combat everything I'm going through. So it just makes sense to take vitamins, especially given everything that's been happening lately since the start of the year. There's been a lot of not necessarily positive developments, if you will, such as, brain tumors and convulsions and migraines and throwing up and all those great things. So yeah, definitely not a bad thing for my body to be healthier and stronger. So first thing I do is take very high dose of vitamin C in powder form. And when I say very high dose, I take 1 spoonful of this every single day, which is 5,556% the daily recommended dose. Now, just want to put that out there. It's impossible to overdose on vitamin C, so whatever excess my body does not need just flushes it out, so it's not dangerous for my health. The reason it's such a high dosage is because in the alternative cures to treatment field, a lot of people believe that high dose vitamin C can cure cancer. I've heard that from multiple different sources. That's why I started doing it in the beginning, and at this point I'm like, hey, it's less for that specific purpose that I take it and more for health purposes. And since it's such high doses anyway, let's just keep going that way. Worst case scenario, cures my cancer. Best case scenario, cures my cancer. Okay. Anyway, just trying to be dramatic, but you get the point. So vitamin C, so I won't count that in the total amount of pills because it's not a pill. So that's kind of separate. Next thing is omega-3, aka fish oil. I take 3 of those per day. That's 1,000 milligrams. Next is magnesium citrate. Once again, 3 of those per day. The reason why I take 3 is simply because that's the recommended dose, both on the bottle and also recommended by my nutrition coach back when he was still in my employ. Next thing is vitamin B100. This is a complex, so a bunch of different vitamin B vitamins. I both hate and love this one. I love it simply because it turns my pee bright yellow, and that just makes things fun when I go to the bathroom. I hate it because of all these pills, it's the only one that comes back out throughout the day. So I just, every once in a while, I'm going to burp and I'm like, oh, and you just have like that reflux of, well, vitamin B. I'm not really sure what they put in this, but it does not taste good. So yeah, I both love and hate this one. Next is zinc. Oh yeah, by the way, this, I'm not quite sure what the dosage is for this because it's a mix of different vitamin B, but I take 1 of those per day. So zinc, 30 milligrams, 1 of those as well per day. And last but not least, beta carotene, which is just vitamin A because it turns into vitamin A when it gets absorbed by the body. It's just easier to absorb. So let's tally that up. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, okay. 9 vitamins, 7 medication plus vitamin prescribed by the doctor. That is a total of 16. So if you went for the total, 16. If you wanted to split it down, medication, that's 5. Prescribed by the doctor, including the vitamins, that's 7. So yeah, that's pretty much the total, which means 16 pills every day. Wow, that's a lot of pills. In fact, time to go take the pills right now, so let's go do that.